Clark, these games tense.
Yeah, in ways too, Kevin. The crowd is more amped up, louder, more emotional, more rabid, and the emotions between the players can run high, leading to friction and confrontation. So it's a charged environment when you lock heads with your rival.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, Dragic and Waiters, they're the backcourt. James Johnson is out there with Whiteside, and it's Richardson in at the small forward position.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Fournier. Johnson with the block, and they'll keep possession. Count that one. Orlando on D. Dishes it to Waiters. The pass side, and it's...
And Hassan Whiteside in this deep, forget it, Kevin. I mean, he's great at getting inside and finishing with force.
Augustine against Dragic. And Augustine kick. Doesn't go. Good. The pass to Richardson. And stolen by Richardson. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Kicks to Johnson. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Oh, Whiteside in position and stolen by Fournier. Fires the three. Here's Gordon. Good work defensively by Whiteside.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Richardson dishes Whiteside. It's stolen by Vucevic. Oh, and here we go. Isaac's got the fast break chance. Up and in on the layup.
Terrific activity from Isaac. Excellent at using his length to get those steals.
It's Dragic with the drive, and it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
One shot, gentlemen.
On the free throw, no good. Now with Whiteside, no matter what he is doing, he is always setting the tone. The way he goes about defending the rim, it's like he's taking it personally that these guys are not going to score on.
And you know what? He's a tone setter defensively. He gives his group confidence when he's on the floor. And, you know, teams are starting to realize you simply do not go at Whiteside. The block numbers might be down, but his defensive impact is as high as ever.
Augustine against Dragic. Johnson outside. Look at that jam.
Come on now, bring the thunder, rock that rim.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said.
Kevin and Greg, I'm telling you, that is he's one of the few players in the NBA who can pull something like that off.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
The Heat shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. That's good from Richardson.
And probably the prime memories with the Heat have to be from the era. I mean, the team has done a great job of transitioning from that era to this current one, but classic example for me of reloading versus rebuilding.
Now here is Augustine. Shoots from 12. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And Greg, credit the Miami Heat front office and coaching staff for continuing to keep this team competitive despite losing several Hall of Fame type players in the last couple of years.
And that is never an easy task for a franchise to go through. But the Heat have stayed in the competitive picture with smart signings and trades, and don't discount the impact Eric Spoelstra has had on that roster.
And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Magic.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Biyombo, he's checked in for Vucevic. Hezonja comes in for Isaac. And Simmons subbed in for Evan Fournier. Oh, and the jam by Wade. What a play.
And the vertical of Wade, still remarkable. A high-flying two-guard who loves sending it home.
Augustine against Johnson. And Augustine kicks to Simmons. That's in. Augustine with the assist. Simmons got his first 2 points of the night. Wade with it. To the middle. Kicks it out to Johnson. Now here's Winslow. He's tightly guarded. And the dunk by Winslow. Several lead changes going on here in the early.
That cameo song, Back 4.
Here's Hezonja. Rebound by Olynyk. The Heat with the lead. We've got 1:13 left in the first quarter. Johnson, the pass to Adebayo. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Here's Hezonja. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And it's Ting.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Miami with the ball. There's 39 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility display.
Yes, sir. Power and grace. That had it all.
Augustine against Johnson. Tries from 10. That one wide left. Miami leading by 5. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
Biyombo with the block.
And this is something Biyombo excels in. Timing and blocking shots.
Gordon with a screen on Johnson. The feed now to Simmons. Gets the 14-footer to fall. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Heat out front. They're up by 5. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And forward James Johnson battled his way back into the league.
I play the game how it's supposed to be played.
That's exactly the kind of hard-nosed, old-school attitude that coaches just love.
Kevin, and so do his teammates. I mean, a guy like that brings out the best in everybody on that team. They just kind of feed off of his effort and desire.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
Down low, it's the athletic pair of Gordon and Biyombo. Simmons is out there with Hezonja, and it's Ross in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic.
You know, Bismack Biyombo is a defensive-minded center. Amazing the story that got him to the NBA. I mean, grew up in the Congo, and a lot of trials and tribulations along the way, but perseverance prevailed, and Biyombo is now an NBA player.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. No coverage that time. Lasagna's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. And Biyombo signing a 4-year, $7 million contract with the Magic last season. You talk, Clark, about rags to riches. Wow.
Yeah, big time. And the best part of this rags to riches story is how he's giving back or paying forward to his homeland. Building schools and basketball courts in the Congo, and he's lifting up countrymen through basketball and education. That's a powerful, powerful combination, and really an excellent use of the platform and the resources afforded Biyombo by way of the NBA.
And that's a foul. It's called on Wayne Ellington. That's his first foul. Orlando making some changes. Vucevic checked in for Biyombo. Isaac comes in for Aaron Gordon, and sub Mario Hezonja. Here's Fournier. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And a wide open look for Simmons. The Magic again hit.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done what's necessary to take the lead.
And the jam by Whiteside.
And he's just with Whiteside's size and wingspan, it's just a matter of putting the ball up there where only he can go get it.
Here is Ross. Hassan Whiteside made his last basket.
A forceful finish from the big fella.
Well, with a player for that size, you'd think he'd make the highlight reel more often.
Just appears to lack an edge in his game. I mean, he can be too passive, reluctant on the court.
Beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now. That's on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range.
Now here's Vucevic, and Simmons missing again. The Heat leading by 8. Just
they've been the last half-decade, and some failed trades, misses on some draft picks. They've got a really good young coach, though, I think, in Frank Vogel. Had some tough luck in the lottery along the way. At some point, you have to start creating and crafting your own luck, and I think they will. I really do. Frank has proven himself as a good coach. I think it's just a matter of time before the Magic start trending.
6 to shoot. Deep 2 from Ross. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Ross. And to look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Magic.
And the one shot they've stayed away from tonight has been that long 3. They've been a little more consistent with their shot selection, not launching as many deep 3s.
DJ Augustine's checked in for the Magic. Vucevic with the block.
You know, with Vucevic, as is about timing. And how can you bait into shooting a shot that you know you can block?
Waiters out. Here's Dragic. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And the Heat lead.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
I could not say it any better, showing you some real focus, taking it inside against the bigger man.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here.
And, you know, last season, it seemed like it was a strong return to form for Goran Dragic. Was able to be more ball dominant when he was on the floor. And that style seems to work to his advantage. And he just seemed more comfortable in his role with this team. All right, a chance for Wade. Last year, getting it done. Averaged about 18 points a game. 3 assists and 4 rebounds. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Count that bucket. And Greg, with Dragic and his statistical resurgence for several seasons, he had been sharing playmaking duties with guys like Wade and Bledsoe.
And as great as those players are, Dragic is best when he's the lead guard. Seems to be best paired shooter. A player's mentality can change when he is or isn't the primary ball handler, and that's the case with Dragic.
The Heat shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Only 71% from the line last season, and rest assured they're hoping to bring those numbers up this year.
The Magic making a switch here as Anya's checked in, and he makes both free throws. The Magic trail by 10. And Waiters over to help. Augustine dishes to Fournier. Pass to Augustine. Gigic, Orlando, ball around. Just 5 to shoot. Here's the screen. Fournier, that's for 2. And it comes off the front of the rim.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And Wade slams it in.
And, you know, Wade doesn't mess around when he's driving inside now. Exceptional at taking off from the launching pad and flying in for the dunk.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain confidence.
And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. Orlando making some changes. Biyombo checks in for Nikola Vucevic. And it's Aaron Gordon in for Isaac. And a new group in for the Heat. Adebayo is checked in for Whiteside. Olynyk comes in for Johnson. Winslow's checked in for Dion Waiters. And Ellington is subbed in for Goran Dragic. Now here is Augustine. He has 5. Here's Azania. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
Man, I like how Hazonia moves in these situations. Getting to the exact right spot. His spot, thanks to the pick.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Heat lead by 9. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time. It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami. They were on a nice little roll in that opening period as they got their lead up as high as 7 points. Looking at Miami, let's hear from you, Shaq, on the Heat first half.
Well, the offense is
That about right?
Development with our guys off and loved it, but it just wasn't something I could sustain at this season in my life. Not interested in coaching. I've never really been, because my career path went towards broadcasting right after I got done playing, and I paid my dues and have grown in this profession. And I would want to do the same thing in coaching, and I just don't have enough time in front of me to do that. So I'm happy to be around the game in this capacity. Coaching never lets up. I get an off season as a broadcaster.
Yes. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. On the court for the Heat, Dragic and Waiters, they're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Josh Richardson, and it's Whiteside in at the 5 spot. Now that we have a chance, let's go to the 2K leaderboard and reveal last season's top shot blockers. The 4th spot held by Hassan Whiteside.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. That's where in that effort. And
no good from Dragic.
You know, the defense knew how to play at that time, liked how they made their presence felt without committing the foul.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Johnson kicks to Whiteside. Vucevic with the...
And that's the shot you want to create. They get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
Waiters outside. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
That one goes down, but offensively, just 1 of 4 to start the third quarter.
And Augustine kicks to Fournier. Gordon a pass to Isaac. He Feeds it to Augustine. And he's good on the 3-ball. Augustine's got 8 points.
Really easy to appreciate Isaac, Kevin. I mean, a solid teammate who's always ready to share the sugar.
A shot by Johnson.
And this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
It's good on the putback.
Well, you know what I like to say? Persistence pays. And with Gordon, he's the kind of guy who just does not rest on the glass.
Passes it to White. He dishes it to Richardson. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets up. Lead by 6.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one to go against the length.
Creation. Partner, that's pretty creation. Whether you're hitting or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
Outside Gordon. Again, the miss by Gordon. The Heat leading by 6. And Aaron Gordon, the athletic Aaron Gordon, playing much of last season at the small forward position, stint in Orlando.
Yeah, and while he was stretch his skills pretty clear, especially in today's NBA. Gordon is a power forward, period. The Magic invested the 4th pick on him in team draft, and they have to give him minutes at his natural position as his game continues to evolve.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what...
Greg, I mean, they're getting crushed, hammered, over in the post.
Orlando making some... Biombo, he's checked in for Vucevic. Hezonja comes in for Isaac. And Jonathan Simmons subbed in for Evan Fournier. Johnson against Augustine. 6 on the... There's the pick. Here's Hezonja. Easy layup after coming off the pick. Hezonja's got 8.
Let's just call him No Fear Hezonja. A committed scorer who knows how to ward off contact.
Johnson, the pass to Adebayo. And it's Orlando with the rebound. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the next to look forward to. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Augustine dishes to Simmons. In the corner, it's Gordon. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. And now just a 3-point Miami lead. For Miami, they've gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Here's Johnson. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll to the line.
And that bucket adds to what has big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
And Orlando making a change here. Ross is checked in. There's the pick. Hezonja kicks to Simmons. And 1:01 left to play in the third. Simmons a screen on Winslow. Just 5 on the clock. No good from Simmons. The Heat leading by 6. Johnson kicks to Olynyk. Good ball movement here by Miami. The dish to close. His second basket.
Remember, he played the point guard position for most of high school, so Olynyk has retained that vision.
Gordon a screen. Hezonja kicks to Gordon. Simmons and Johnson. Shot off the pick. Another shot. And Simmons with the layup. Simmons got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Johnson gets the bucket.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
The third quarter comes to a close. Heat out front, up by 8. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Let's listen in on what Eric Spoelstra had to say to his team.
All right, put together.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up. 2K Sports, happy to have you with us. The Heat leading by 8. Ross is the 3 with Gordon at the 4. Hezonja is out there with Simmons. And it's Biombo at the 5. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Here's Wade. Feeds it to Winslow. Gordon with the defensive effort.
Now that's superb defense in low. I mean, they played it well. Not easy trying to alter these shots without fouling the shooter, and that's a good job of doing both.
Pass to Hazania. Dishes to Simmons. Kicks it to Ross. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Winslow. Rebound by Olynyk.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
Here's Wade. That shot no good. And Orlando the other way now. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. And here is Ross. Down low, Simmons. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Vucevic checked in for Biyombo. Isaac comes in for Ross. And Evan Fournier subbed in for Mario Hezonja.
One shot, gentlemen.
That's good from Simmons.
This summer, a new front office taking over in Orlando after a rebuild effort that stretched back 5 seasons. Magic fans hoping they can get things headed in the right direction now.
Fournier passes to Simmons. He set the pick. And there's the 3-second one on the defense. And for the Magic, do you think hiring a new GM will get the team headed, Clark, in the right direction?
Well, that's a good question, but I think that's a start. And again, alignment is so key when you talk about organizational success, from your ownership through your president, general manager, coaching staff. Everybody has to be committed to their alignment and current structure between business and basketball. I think that all has to be smoothed out. But one step at a time, one brick at a time.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Well, you know, the D just hasn't been there for real. I mean, these shooters are getting any perimeter shot they want. It's a bunch of warm-up jump shots out there.
The Magic trail by 3. Pass to Isaac. And there's the feed to Vucevic. It's Fournier on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Count that one. Simmons got 5 points now in the quarter.
And Fournier can do a little bit of everything out there, including passing the ball.
Dragic kicks to Wade. He gets it in there. And the Heat lead by 3.
Just so reliable. I mean, that basket there will give them a little bit more of a cushion.
Vucevic is screen on Wade. And Fournier kicks to Vucevic. Back to Fournier. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That'll be his second foul of the game. DJ Augustine's checked in for the Magic. Dion Waiters checked in for Miami. Pass to Isaac. Over Richardson. Isaac misses. The Heat leading by 3. Here's Richardson. Right side a screen. Richardson dishes to Whiteside. Can't get it to fall.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
You know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket. Kevin, I like the defense there. I mean, they didn't make that easy, and he definitely seemed intimidated by the defenders.
Johnson kicks to Richardson. He feeds it to Waiters. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession.
Bad turnover, plain and simple. No other way to describe it. I mean, he just threw it out of bounds.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Pick by Vucevic, and Augustine kicks to Fournier. Vucevic is screen on Waiters. Here's Fournier, steps back and trains the jump shot.
And really, come on now, that kind of drive is what you love about Fournier. No fear at all in terms of taking matters into his own hands.
Johnson against Gordon. And the shot is good from Johnson.
And, you know, that's good offense there. These are the shots you want to get all the time.
The Magic trail by 3. Augustine passes to Gordon. He kicks it to Fournier. And it's Vucevic missing. He'd have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. It's Richardson on the wing. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know, he's not going to mess that one up.
No, not this fella. He is a superb finisher.
Yeah, near the hoop, he's an absolute monster.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Heat.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
And Augustine kicks to Gordon. Passes it to Fournier. Vucevic against Whiteside. Shot from 12. Up again. And the second chance effort by Gordon.
Good to see Gordon coming through with the big basket. I mean, he's no stranger to these high-intensity moments.
And he comes up with the deuce. And that's now 6 points for Goran Dragic.
Playing big, willing to go toe-to-toe against a guy who towers over him.
Yeah, I like his heart there, the competitive spirit. I mean, refusing to be held in check by bigger defenders. That's all heart and competitive spirit.
Another miss by Vucevic.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting.
And the basket by Johnson.
And now they are probably too far ahead. It's going to be nearly impossible to get back in this one.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Greg. I mean, they're in a groove right now, up big, hard to envision them losing this lead.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Hassan Whiteside.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight.
I love how Vucevic gives up his body to screen for his teammate. And that's indicative of the total team player that he is.
Here's Waiters, and then Waiters with the jam.
And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
A little disorganized that time, and the result, 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Guys, there has to be better rim protection than that, though. Not very good.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 7. We've got 28 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Now Augustine. And Fournier kicks to Vucevic. Isaac misses. Johnson outside. Good on the first, and that stretches their lead to 8. So he gets them both, and it's a 9-point ball game here.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool at the line and finish it off.
And so it's Miami winning this one. And in the win. All right, David, thank you. And that about does it for the first game of to being successful with that approach?
Well, there's a few things, Kev. You've got to have great floor spacing. The ball has got to move, and players have got to move. It's got to be an equal opportunity offense.
Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. Young and Turner up front. Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. And it's Bogdanovich in at the small forward position. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. Waiters against Oladipo. And then Waiters with the jam.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. And Oladipo kicks to Bogdanovich. There's the pick. It's hauled in by Richardson. Pacers on defense, fresh from a win against Portland.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
I mean, you'd have to question their effort, Greg. They did a great job at penetrating and kicking out. The defense simply wasn't up to the task.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Outside Collison. The wide open look here for Oladipo. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison.
Well, he has shown Victor Oladipo that you must respect his three ability. When he's locked in, the defense has to contest.
Right side a screen. Back to Waiters. Shot clock at 5. Dragic against the bucket.
Okay, you got a nice little back and forth going here.
Well, I love how personal this thing is getting. If you drain a three on me, anything you can do, I can do better.
Waiters against Oladipo. Over Waiters. Oladipo, good. Oladipo's got 5 points so far.
Boy, I tell you, you have got to be in the grill of Victor Oladipo, especially from the mid-range, because he's knocked down from there.
And last season, Victor Oladipo making big advantage. Oh!
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Ugh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Special thanks to Under Armour for that sweet replay we just saw. Another unleash chaos moment.
I don't think there's much more you can do. Bogdanovich is too skilled and too strong on these finishes with contact.
Right side a screen. Dragic against Collison. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. And another basket for Miami.
Boy, the offense is really clicking. 4 for 5 from the field to start. Nice.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Outside Collison. Collison with a screen on Waiters. Pass to Young. Lets the three fly. And it's Miami with the rebound. This their first chance this season playing the Pacers.
And they were able to take the season series in that matchup last year. But overall, two teams that were very similar in the standings.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the Pacers operating in a smaller market. Some cost restraints for this franchise.
Right. This is not a team that can pay the luxury tax. It's not necessarily a free agent destination either. Those are challenges, but they have remained very competitive over the years.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Kelly Olynyk checked in for Whiteside. Justice Winslow comes in for Johnson. Dwayne Wade's checked in for Waiters. And it's Johnson in for Goran Dragic. Wade with it. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's going to be on Victor Oladipo.
Yeah, easy call. And you look at all the accomplishments, all the great moments from Wade's career. No doubt he is going to the Hall as soon as he's eligible one of the greatest two guards to ever play.
And Miami making a change here. Adebayo's checked in. Down low. Here's Booker. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
If Trevor Booker's near the rim, you better put a body on him. He's too skilled and too big to be allowed to get comfortable.
Here's Wade. On the wing, Winslow. And again, it's the Heat missing. Indiana's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. And Joseph kicks to Booker. There's the screen. An easy layup after coming off the pick. And it's shocking when you look at the numbers that Wade has had over the years. He never won an MVP award. Certainly, Greg played like an MVP in some of his seasons.
But the rest of the accolades are there for D. Wade. All the trips to the All-Star game, the first team, all defense, the all-NBA teams. But most important to him and his legacy are the 3 NBA titles.
Stevenson against Wade. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And let's see the stat sheet here on Victor Oladipo. Some last season stats for him. He averaged about 16 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Well, and this is exactly who he is, a flat-out scoring machine. You plug him in and let him go to work.
Jefferson's checked in for Victor Oladipo. And here's Winslow. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Stevenson against Wade. And Stevenson kicks to Booker. Screen by Jefferson. Shoots from the right block. And Booker with a nice bucket inside. Booker's got 6.
Well, Trevor Booker, a guy who's gaining confidence on his jumper. Don't let him catch a rhythm now, Kevin.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Kicks it out to Johnson. Pass to Winslow. The Heat need to get a shot off. And the 3 off target. Booker outside. No good on the buzzer beater. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. It's the Pacers as they wrap up the first quarter with a big 11-3 run. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And Pacers leading by 4. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. Winslow and Olynyk fill up the forward spots. Wayne Ellington is out there with Tyler Johnson, and it's Adebayo in at the 5, roaming the paint. Johnson the screen. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Doors with the NBA draft becoming of greater interest to the casual fan. Plenty of household names making big splashes. But who are some of the young players, as you take a look at the list, on the rise who have done it rather quietly, maybe without the headlines?
I think you'd have to look at a player like Domantas Sabonis. Sabonis, of course, the son of the great Arvydas Sabonis, has been around the game from the time he was born. And I think what you see with Domantas is this incredible feel for the game. Shot making, play making, rebounding ability, exceptional within the context of a system. I'd say quietly Sabonis is going to be a tremendous player.
I saw a lot of Clint Capella down in Houston in the playoffs last year. He comes to mind as well.
That's a great point. Guy runs the floor hard. He's the perfect foil for James Harden in the screen and roll action. That's another great example, Kevin.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. He kicks to Olynyk. Here's Joseph. quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Stevenson dishes to Jefferson. Banked in off the glass. Jefferson's got the lead up to 4 now for the Pacers.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And stolen by Booker. That's tipped. Right wing. Joseph against Johnson. Off the pick. Good as the jump shot falls. Now it's a 6-point Pacer lead.
Boy, I don't think he'll get a screen assist for that pick, but they get the points, and that's all that matters.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. And one of those lunch pail players. You love him, Greg. Trevor Booker out of Clemson.
Just hard-nosed, gets on the glass, and although only 6'8", he gets off his feet quickly. A terrific leaper and just one of those ultra-competitive guys.
And a new group in for the Heat. Whiteside's checked in for Adebayo. Johnson comes in for Olynyk. Waiters, he's checked in for Justice Winslow. And it's Dragic in for Tyler Johnson. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Jefferson. Young comes in for Sabonis. Bogdanovich is checked in for Trevor Booker. And it's Collison in for Corey Joseph. A drive by Collison. And Turner kicks to Young. Turner with the screen. Shots good from Young.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
The Heat trail by 8. Now the dish to Ellington. Dragic a screen on Collison. Waiters into the lane. It's good. Waiters got 6. The Pacers have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And now here's Dragic, the fast break chance. Johnson's shot is off.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Bogdanovich against Waiters. And Whiteside sends it back. And so the ball is out of bounds. Bogdanovich touched it last. Oladipo, he's checked in for the Pacers. The Heat have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Collison against Dragic. It's taken away by Collison. Oladipo outside. Back to Collison. Clock at 6. Turner up top. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
And checking out the stats for Darren Collison, how he performed last season. He put up about 13 points a game last season, 4 assists and 2 rebounds. And when he takes over at the point, he really keeps the offense flowing.
Well, this is a guy who brings a solid skill set. Excellent ball handler, high level of playmaking, the perfect backup point.
Indiana leading by 6. Oladipo outside. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. 7 points for Victor Oladipo.
Oladipo has a lot of shots at his disposal, including that pretty floater.
Dragic against Collison. Dragic the pass to Whiteside. And it's sent back by Turner. Pacers have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. And Nate McMillan with a solid track record as head coach in Seattle and Portland before taking over the Indiana Pacers.
Well, think about it. Before this job, 12 seasons, all coaching in the Northwest. And that goes along with 12 seasons as a player, all with the Sonics. He actually earned the nickname Mr. Sonic for almost 2 decades in Seattle.
Whiteside against Turner, and the jam by Whiteside.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. Young outside. Turner with a screen for Young. the pick. And then Young with the dunk.
Oh, my goodness, a sensational athlete. Go ahead, Thaddeus Young.
The kick out to Dragic. Wants to get it back to Whiteside and does. 46 seconds left here in the second. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Oh, Kevin, not a Petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Collison dishes to Oladipo. Back to Collison. Young, a screen on Dragic. Right side, Bogdanovich. Offensive rebound, Turner. And the shot goes down. Turner's got the lead up to 10 now for Indiana.
Miles Turner is simply a workhorse. I mean, he keeps plays alive with his length and activity.
Right side, a screen. Johnson kicks to Whiteside. And the jam by Whiteside.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it. Here's Oladipo, and finished off by Oladipo.
We know Oladipo is one of the quickest guys in the game. He is devastating on the drive.
And so it's Indiana with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, what has to happen differently on defense in the second half?
Well, a little bit more activity. We just have to be committed to what we do. Our identity to be aggressive, but more consistent with it.
Spells, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny. For the Pacers, the first quarter was pretty even. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. They took over in the second quarter, building their lead up to 10 points by the half. And that's all we can do for now.
We return now to Miami, where you can see all the action happening on Ocean Drive, right on the beachfront. Pacers leading by 10. And so in the game for the Pacers. Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. Young and Turner up front. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3, the small forward. And stolen by Whiteside. Al Richardson. Whiteside sets the pick for Richardson. The dive for the ball. Whiteside inside. He's against Turner. Of course, you've been a color analyst for both men's basketball, women's basketball. Stylistically, what's the difference, in your opinion, between the two, if anything?
Well, I think there are a number of differences. The primary one being athleticism is slowly starting to take shape. More come of success in women's basketball, whereas athleticism has always been a part of dictating the outcome of games. The above-the-rim aspect of the NBA versus, for the most part, the below-the-rim aspect of the WNBA. That would be the primary difference for me.
But the fundamentals, too, sometimes stand out. The women's game, I think, really, you can see fundamentals so strongly.
You can, Kevin, and I think what helped the women's game tremendously was, especially in the WNBA, you had NBA coaches transition to roles in the WNBA, the Bill Lambiers, the Mike Thibault, so they taught that group how to be pros, how to win on that level.
Excellent point.
And look at how well the defense does to cut his path to the basket. Comes up empty on what might have been an easy play.
Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for Indiana.
And the corner 3 has not been their shot of choice here tonight. And I think a big reason for that has been the defensive setup. They came in focused on taking away the short-range triple.
Here's Whiteside.
And this is why this team considers Turner a defensive stalwart. Long arms, quick feet, the ability to contest shooters. Really good defense.
And that's really just smart basketball. You send a poor foul shooter to the line.
The Pacers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And last season, when they got themselves to the line, they usually came through as a team up around 81%.
That free throw, no good.
Well, the versatility of Victor Oladipo is fantastic. This is a clever guard who plays his heart out on both ends of the floor.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Rebounded by Collison. Pacers leading by 10. He dishes it to Young. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got his 3rd assist on the night. Now a timeout called by Miami. Well, Darren Collison going through the free agency process this last summer. Greg, Indiana jumped at the chance to add him to the roster.
Yeah, and with Collison and his ability to play in so many ways, that is what made teams go after him. He doesn't always take a big signing to change the complexity of a team. Getting solid contributors like Collison go a long way in building the foundation of a team.
Adebayo is checked in for Miami. The Pacers also with a sub. Stevenson's checked in.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
It's stolen by Dragic. One-on-one fast break. Here's Richardson. So it's Richardson with the jam.
And they need those kind of plays right now. Smart defense that generates some O.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. For Indiana, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Richardson against Stevenson. Over Richardson. Oladipo outside. And it's Miami with the rebound.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
In the corner, it's Richardson. Second half of play with... Oh!
And I got to say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still, a magnificent move to the rim. And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Excellent work by the talented people in our production truck as well.
Boy, I'll tell you, he has plenty of space, but it looked like a little bit of a hitch in that release.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Oh, and the jam by Waiters.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Indiana leading by 6. And Stevenson kicks to Collison. Collison with the screen for Oladipo. Goes up off the plug of that.
Well, we know Oladipo is an elite dunker, one of the most creative guys when he's at the rim.
Johnson, the pass to Adebayo. Outside Dragic. 5 on the clock. And Waiters, here we go. And then Waiters with the jam.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Yeah, and an example of why you want to let the game come to you. The opening presented itself, he converted in a big way.
So, timeout called here, the first for Indiana. Of course, you ended a very successful college career a few years before professional women's basketball was fully established. How much do you wish you could have had a chance to go pro and play in what is now the WNBA?
How about this, Kev? The last 10 minutes of my senior season, the last 10 minutes of my final game, I blow out my knee. Otherwise, I would have gone to either Sweden or Ireland to play professionally. But sure, of course I wish the WNBA was formed. It came 10 years after my graduation in 1987. Oh, what could have been.
Yeah. And Doris is thriving, right? I mean, there is such a following for the WNBA.
Last year's finals may be the most competitive in history. It's really grown leaps and bounds.
So fun to watch. Indiana leading by 6. Stevenson outside. Jefferson, a screen on Winslow. Here's Sabonis. Indiana again missing. He'd have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. And it's Wade in the corner. 1:12 left in the third. Lays it up off the glass. Wade's got 5 points so far.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And Joseph kicks to Sabonis. Screen by Jefferson. Indiana moving the ball around. Here's Booker, and he drops in the layup off the glass. He's got 8.
How about the terrific focus from the power forward, Trevor Booker, overwhelming the defense with his strength.
And it's Wade penetrating, and he gets it to go.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And Joseph kicks to Jefferson. Shoots over Olynyk. Jefferson's shot is off. The Heat trail by 4. Wade with it. Now guarded by Stevenson. The shot by Wade wide open. And misses it off the right side of the rim. On the wing, Booker. Ellington defending. And Joseph kicks to Stevenson. Shoots. No good. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Pacers out in front, up by 4. We've got more in store for you right after this. Let's listen in on what Eric Spoelstra had to say to his team.
Everybody be patient, be on the same page.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Olynyk down low with Whiteside. Wade and Winslow out on the wings. And it's Ellington in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Miami. A nice shot by Winslow.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
And stolen by Ellington. Now, here's Olynyk. The feed to Whiteside. Over Jefferson. Whiteside, no good. Indiana leading. Bogdanovich with it. And Booker kicks to Sabonis. Screen by Jefferson. A baseline J. Second chance shot. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. Goran Dragic is checked in for Wayne Ellington. Then for the Pacers, Victor Oladipo. He's checked in for Booker. And it's Collison in for Lance Stevenson. Here's Whiteside, and the jam by Whiteside.
Vital basket there. This is just the time, and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
Pacers leading by 3. Collison kicks to Oladipo. Over Wade, it's deflected.
Okay, Kelly Olynyk getting up high for that rejection. At 7 feet, that length comes in handy.
In the corner, Winslow with it. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Collison kicks to Jefferson. Back to Collison. Dishes to Bogdanovich. Passes to Oladipo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off the pick. Another miss by Oladipo. The Heat have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Wade kicks to Olynyk. Back to Wade. And there's the pass to Whiteside. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Pacers have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. And it's Dragic with the foul. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Heat. Johnson, he's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Josh Richardson comes in for Winslow. And Dion Waiters subbed in for Dwayne Wade. And Indiana with a change here, too. Turner's checked in for Jefferson.
And Kev, Bogdanovich has got great size for a guard, which makes defending him very difficult, particularly at that high release point.
And Indiana making a change here. Young's checked in. Good on the second free throw. And a refined offensive skill set for the Croatian Bogdanovich.
Well, Bojan, his three-point shot, obviously a big part of his game. He can really heat it up from the perimeter. On any given night, this guy can go for 40.
A drive by Collison. That shot off. And the Heat going the other way now. And Waiters kicks to Johnson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
And racing up the court, you have a number of options and a great decision there.
I love how he took the initiative, right? You took charge of the opportunity and made the right decision.
And it's Dragic with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. And stolen by Whiteside.
He completely lost focus since the break, turning the ball over multiple times. And that's after no turnovers in the first half.
And this is what superb defense, great steal, and just like that, they add 2 points to this narrow lead.
Collison against Dragic. Bogdanovich wide open. The shot's good. Collison making the play.
And Bogdanovich, seasoned veteran, comfortable having the rock in his hands when it's a...
Dragic with a screen for Waiters. Turner against Whiteside. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
Oh, and he caps that off in style. He gets the finish.
Screen by Young. Collison kicks to Bogdanovich. Young, a screen on Richardson. 6 on the shot clock. Bogdanovich with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Young's shot is off. And here's Miami. They're on a 15-6 run. Waiters on the wing, guarded by Oladipo. And Waiters, here we go. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Now it's a 7-point Heat lead.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
Collison against Dragic. Collison, no good. The Heat have gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the fourth quarter. Really getting it done. Here's Richardson. The rebound by Turner.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
Turner against Whiteside. Outside Dragic. Richardson dishes to Whiteside. Poked away. And the jam by Whiteside.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Timeout called the Pacers. They're trailing by 9. 30 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Hassan Whiteside.
And he's had more dunks in this game than you can count. The D has looked like they're just standing still. He keeps blowing by them and finishing with that highlight reel material.
The lift he got from this home crowd has been obvious. There's nothing fans love more than getting a big game out of someone other than one of their stars. And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. Johnson, the pass to Adebayo. And here's Wade. Shoots a 3. The rebound by Jefferson. Robinson with a clean look. And once again off the mark by Indiana. And so it's the Heat winning this one. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and
all right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Play in the half court.
Yeah, these are the team they want to execute, grind it out. Every possession counts. Not a lot of people like watching this type of basketball, but there's a lot of strategy. Memphis Grizzlies is one of those teams. They're going to grind it out and make sure you play at their tempo.
They minimize mistakes, and boy, you got to keep your focus, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Schroeder and Bazemore are in the backcourt. Collins is out there with Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Prince in at the 3 spot. Last outing for the Hawks, it was a loss to the Nets.
And really, you'd like to just see more from that inside game offensively. In that one, it didn't happen.
You know, it's not rocket science. When you're cold from the perimeter, you got to pound it inside and at least draw some fouls.
And here's Atlanta. This, of course, their first chance to play Miami this season.
And although they were the better team last year by overall record, this was a competitive matchup for them.
Schroeder has really improved as a three-point shooter. With that shot, he becomes even more dangerous.
Waiters outside. There's the pass to Whiteside. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. There's a good screen. Jumper off the screen. Jump shot is good. Schroeder's got his second basket of the night.
Nice recognition by Schroeder. Loving the mid-range. Just taking what the defense allows.
Here's Whiteside. Not going to go that time. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's his first foul. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Schroeder kicks to Prince. Here's Dedmon, and it's blocked by Whiteside. Now Richardson, and he's good on the 3 ball. Richardson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from 3. And the Hawks in the last couple seasons with some roster turnover, established veterans departing, and now with Millsap leaving, they have embraced a complete rebuild.
Here's Dragic following the bucket by the Hawks. Raiders on the wing. And stolen by Bazemore. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Here's Prince. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Prince has got his first 2 points. The Heat trail by 4. Passes it to Waiters. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Now, Smitty, you look at Coach Bud, Mike Budenholzer of the Hawks. You got to love the equal opportunity offensive style he employs.
Yes, right out of the San Antonio Spurs playbook, a lot of passing. They talk about we want to get a great shot, not a good shot. Unselfish basketball.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Whiteside. Justice Winslow comes in for Johnson. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for Josh Richardson. Now, here is Muscala. Schroeder passes to Muscala. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
And Schroeder entrusted to run this offense, making the right call.
Pass to Olynyk. It's stolen by Muscala. Fast break, the Hawks. Prince has got the ball. It's tipped.
Well, this whole period for him has been challenging. You can tell he's starting to press.
And the dunk by Olynyk.
You know, he's had a handful of seasons in the top 10 in assists. Wade is a gifted passer.
And the replay presented by Under Armour. Unleash chaos, giving us the chance to enjoy that alley-oop all over again. Now, here is Muscala. To Schroeder. Fires from deep. That one, no good. The Heat trail by 3. Waiters outside. Now here's Wade. Tight defense on him. A beautiful reverse layup.
Wade is 6'4", but when he gets it down by the rim, he might as well be 7 feet. There's just no stopping him.
And once again off the mark by Atlanta. The Heat have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Four on the shot clock. And Kelly Olynyk is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can live with those over-the-back calls sometimes because at least it's an effort play.
Yeah, really wanted the second chance opportunity, but shows a lack of judgment there. Draws the whistle.
Adebayo is checked in for Miami. Johnson comes in for Goran Dragic. Then for the Hawks, Plumlee comes in for Taurean Prince. And Taylor subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Here's Muscala. And it's off from three-point range. Miami trailing. Wade outside. Johnson outside. Kicks it to Olynyk. Good ball movement here by Miami. Back to Winslow. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Dwayne Wade. Hawks have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Over to the left wing. Here's Taylor, tipped away. It's stolen by Johnson. He feeds it to Ellington. Inside, here's Adebayo. Back to Ellington. Taylor against Johnson. And he banks in the layup. Johnson's got his first 2 points of the night. Here's Delaney. Shoots over Ellington. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Heat lead by 1. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And let's... The Heat with the lead. Winslow and Olynyk fill up the forward spots. Tyler Johnson is out there with Wayne Ellington. And it's Adebayo in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group on the 4 for Miami. There's Winslow, fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
Delaney kicks to Muscala. Drills the three-pointer. Muscala's got 5.
What a valuable asset to the offense, having a big with that kind of range.
Feeds it to Ellington. On the wing, Winslow. And he makes good on the layup. Winslow's got 4 points in the quarter.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Taylor kicks to Muscala. In the corner, it's Delaney. Back to Muscala. 5 to shoot. Good on the bucket. Muscala's got the game tied up here for Atlanta.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Here's Olynyk, and the dunk by Olynyk.
Yeah, he can surprise you around the rim. Olynyk has some lift.
Taylor kicks to Muscala. Pass to Taylor. There's the feed to Muscala. Olynyk with the steal. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Adebayo. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Clock at 6. Here's Johnson. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. And now a 4-point Miami lead. Taylor kicks to Muscala. Taylor dishes to Muscala. Back to Taylor. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Smitty, you were very much the prototypical wing player during your career. When you look around the league, which current player reminds you, say, most of yourself and your style?
You know, I think a guy, he's getting a little bit older, but I think the most, a similar guy for me was Joe Johnson. Some of the guys I love watching right now, I was definitely not that long, and a guy could create that much space is Giannis because he can handle the basketball. I'm looking forward to watching Ben Simmons. I like the 6'8", 6'9" guys that can handle the basketball, but I would say Joe Johnson, and he's still going.
Edmond passes to Prince. Chance there to take the lead, missing. The Heat have gone a perfect 4 of 4 since the second quarter began. Perfect from the field. Dragic kicks to Waiters. Kicks it out to Richardson. Left side, Waiters. Now here's Whiteside. Not a lot of room. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Yeah, and the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity.
Hawks passing it around. Tries from 16. Bazemore misses. Miami leading by 4. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
And taking a look now at the stats for Johnson. Good season for him last year. Put up about 13 points per, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And the numbers, they back it up. Whether he can sustain this level of production, we don't know. But the arrow's pointing upward right now.
T-Wade on the wing. He's covered by Bazemore. The layup missed. The Hawks trail by 4. 1:51 left now here in the second. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for Atlanta.
And not a lot of teams can be successful with a focus on the mid-range game. But these guys make that a focal point of their offense. A lot of their scoring opportunities this season from 10 to 20 feet out.
And here's Prince outside.
And they could have used that trying to cut into this league. He's been off all night.
Wade on the wing. He's covered by Bazemore. Wade dishes to Whiteside. But they recover it. The second chance effort. The shot by Wade, no good.
That's just two tough competitors meeting right at the rim. Someone, in my opinion, had to lose.
And with that, the Heat lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Bazemore. Wade with it. Right side a screen. Down low, up off the screen, and it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Wade can burn you either way on the pick and roll. He either scores it or drops it off for an easy shot.
Schroeder passes to Prince. There's 42 seconds left to play in the first half, and it's good for 2. Collins has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Strong move at the rim. Overpowers the smaller defender.
Now, here's Wade. Right side a screen. Wade kicks to Richardson. Now, here's Whiteside. Guarded closely. Picked his pocket. Schroeder against Dragic. Bazemore. And it's off the back rim. No good. It's Richardson on the wing. And stolen by Bazemore. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. And Wade sends it back.
They block a game for his career. Wade has never been shy challenging shots.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Heat out front, up by 2. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, your guys are playing aggressively at the defensive end and sharing the ball offensively. Have you been satisfied with the effort so far?
Well, I think just defensively we needed to be a little bit better. I think our pressure hopefully created a little bit of turnovers, created some tough shots, and then offensively they're getting into us. We want to drive it and continue to play with the pass.
Always moving that defense from side to side.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Filling out the wings, it's Bazemore and Prince. Dwayne Dedmon is out there with Collins. And it's Schroeder in at the point. And there's the foul. It's on Dwayne Dedmon. That's foul number 2 for him. Dragic against Schroeder. 5 on the clock. Here's Whiteside. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
He went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. The Hawks trail by 4. The dish now to Dedmon. Bazemore for 3. Offensive rebound. Dedmon kicks it over to Schroeder. The Hawks working the ball around. To the middle. Here's Collins. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. That one's on Johnson. The Hawks have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Numbers last year for them, just about 73%, so the bottom third of the league.
We all know just how physically strong NBA players are, Steve, but to be mentally tough as well. How about in that category? Who has the best mental toughness, guys you've observed?
I look at a guy that loves the big moment right now. On top of the list has to be a Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, the great ones, Russell Westbrook. I mean, his focus, and James Harden. Those are the guys that stick out for me, that just come in and night out. Al Horford, mental toughness. You love those guys because their mental toughness match their skill set. They usually have great results.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
Typically playing the role of catalyst. This time, Schroeder's the one who gets set up.
Dragic dishes to Johnson. Now, here's Whiteside. T right on him. Outside Dragic. Richardson kicks to Whiteside. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Schroeder passes to Dedmon over Whiteside, and the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
And Schroeder becoming a more consistent floor general out there. You know, the 7-footer Dwayne Dedmon was a late bloomer to this game. His mother didn't let him play sports early on, but when he turned 18, though, he decided he wanted to pursue basketball.
And Miami going with a whole new group out there. They set the pick. Johnson attacking. This one for 3, but they'll get another chance. Olynyk dishes to Ellington, and stolen by Bazemore. And the dunk by Bazemore.
Good luck keeping pace with Baze in transit. He is built for that.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. Ellington the pass to Adebayo. On the wing, Winslow. Shot clock at 5. And the dunk by Winslow.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Done right now. No hustle or real desire to get stops.
And for most 7-footers, the game finds them. Coaches and scouts search out kids with special physical gifts like Dwayne Dedmon.
He's had to make up for lost time, but he made it. Last season, the most consistent playing time of his career. The Spurs compete.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Miles Plumlee's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Mike Muscala comes in for Collins. And it's Malcolm Delaney in for Taylor. Winslow, foul on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
Well, Greg, Justice Winslow had a year that he'd like to forget, his second season in the NBA. Only played in the 18 games. After
happy to see the young man back out on the floor so that he can continue to develop. Always a fantastic defender. And you forget, still a very young player who can round into a contributor, I believe, on offense.
That's good from Winslow. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Delaney kicks to Muscala. He dishes it to Bazemore. And the pass to Delaney. Muscala. Here's Delaney, expanding his range. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.